Everybody, my name is Justin. Welcome to the Create as Well again. I guess they wanted to shout real quick. We had the track. We'll get to that a little bit later. But we will go ahead and sit down. Welcome, Chelsea. Hey. So, we are talking all about endurance, and one of the hardest things to endure is marketing. How many of you have ever put on an event, by a show of hands, anybody who's ever put on an event, launched a product, put out a song, just done anything that requires other people to know about it? Right. So that means we all have had to be a part of the vicious M word of marketing. And in today's landscape and climate, yes, it is terrible. In today's landscape and climate, social media is a big part of that. So we have Chelsea here. Clap it up for Chelsea.
Hi, everybody.
She is one of the comms lead at one of the fastest growing churches in Virginia, and they have campuses outside of Virginia as well. The Life Church headquartered in Richmond, but they've got campuses in the DMV and Charlotte. Yeah. And at some point, they're going to do an online campus as well. So I'm sure there's a lot going on. So we want to talk all about content tonight. And so who better to do it than with you? So let's start with a question I didn't actually send to you. What is your favorite?
Okay.
Because we love spontaneity. You know, God be throwing stuff at us all the time. So sometimes you just got to be ready.
Well, Lord.
The mountain won't move itself. You just got to climb it. That's what we learned.
Be also ready. So,
what is your favorite social media platform to scroll? Like to actually enjoy?
To enjoy?
Yes.
TikTok.
Okay. Ew. I feel like I'm old. I don't like TikTok. I don't know.
What about you? What's yours?
Instagram.
Instagram
is my favorite. It does me the.
I think because most of what I do is promotion and marketing for Instagram, I don't enjoy the platform as much as TikTok, where I can curate the feed and it's more so for my entertainment.
That's true. Okay, what is your least favorite? Is it Instagram?
Facebook.
We're doing a whole lot of mics talk. Why is Facebook your least favorite? You don't like the older saints?
And it's not that I don't like the seasoned saints. It's
you don't like the people that say, hey, this your auntie, call your auntie?
I think that the purpose behind the platform has gotten lost.
Yes.
There's so many different things happening and so many new features introduced. It's just too much.
Yes, for sure. Okay, now we will go to something that we did plan.
Okay.
What makes you personally keep going in this crazy world of content?
I have always had a zeal for learning and sharing. I think it's Revelation 12:11 that says we overcame by the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony. So when you are posting content, when you're sharing your life, whether it be a quick selfie or a picture of your plate when you went out to eat, that is an opportunity for you to share your testimony with someone else. And as we all know, our lives are not our own as Christians. God uses what we post as an opportunity to reach others. So I think that's what motivates me consistently.
Okay. So for those of us who are content creators, and I would encourage anyone out here to use the level of influence that you have, whether it's 50 followers, 500, 5,000, it does not matter. There's God has assigned an audience to everybody out here, and there's no reason to compare the sizes that God has given us. So that's one big thing. So we should all post on social media, but a lot of times we're posting similar things. We're posting recaps, we're posting photos. How would you recommend switching up the content that is still necessary to go out, but if we're in churches, we post recaps every Sunday, we post sermon clips every Sunday, or we'll post an event recap or testimonials. How would we switch up the content?
I think it's important to consider the learning styles. I have ADHD, and while most folks who are neurotypical can absorb through just visual or through auditory, I'm someone who learns by doing. So opportunities to engage with a post, whether it be like a quick question sticker or a poll, are things that grab my attention, and I would expect others in that space to also see it the same way. So when you're posting, the easiest way to switch it up is to cater to the learning styles. So if you are, someone who posts video content, maybe doing a voiceover rather than like have it be like a talking head video is an opportunity to cater to those who are auditory learners and may just want to hear what you have to say, but maybe not watch it. Using carousels are great for those who are visual learners and readers, and they want the opportunity to like share a quick quote. I think it's just important to look at how different people intake information when you switch it up.
So for those of us who don't know, what is a talking head video? Just to make sure we're all on the same page.
So a talking head video is what you would typically see on like an influencer account where they're staring straight at the screen and they're sharing, a particular item. A lot of those who are influencers in lifestyle will occasionally have these videos where they're just talking about a serious, specific topic, and it's really just a head on the screen talking.
Yeah, okay. What have been ways that you've been able to maintain your mental health as you post on these social media streets?
Number one, of course, is my faith. I pray daily and often. The more you have a solid relationship with him, the easier it is to discern a lot of the foolishness and be able to kind of cling to him as you're navigating this space. I think aside from that, a good therapist is also important. Taking time to, talk to someone about what's going on in your life, about what's going on in these social media streets, if it is affecting you in some way, is really important. So God and a good therapist.
Okay, that's what's up. And we're talking about endurance, right? So how have you, when you've been in like a slump of content, like where you're posting, but nobody's liking, nobody's sharing, nobody's reposting, nobody's engaging, what are some, whether it's like a scripture or a mindset or mantra, whatever you want to call it, what has encouraged you to keep going and keep posting?
I think I first turned to prayer, and it may sound cliche as just like a Christian content creator. In those instances, I ask God what's on his heart to share and allow him to impart through me, whatever it is. And in those instances, it's pretty quick that, my spark for creativity comes back. But aside from that, I'm an extrovert. So when I feel like I'm in a slump and I feel like I'm kind of stuck or tired, I get around people. My friends will joke and say...
I do the opposite.
My friends will joke and say, when Chelsea's bored, she throws a party. That's just... I love just being around people. If I'm drained, I want to throw a cookout. That's just my perspective.
The world needs people like you. What a concept. What are you excited about? So, like, for those who don't know or who are super active, social media has changed a lot. The algorithms change constantly. The things that they're looking for, the styles, what do you call it, parameters on how long a reel can be, how long it should be, what's boosted, what's posted. So what are some things you're excited about in 2026, as so far we've had 3.2 months? What are you excited about for the rest of this year in like the content world?
I think the resurgence, or I guess popularity, if you will, of the small creator is something I'm really excited about. Those who have like really niched or really specific perspectives and may not have like large audiences with thousands of followers are going to be pushed a little bit more. As long as they remain consistent. And I think it's going to be really cool to see so many unique perspectives, as well as I think the TikTok dance trend is coming down a little bit.
Thank you, Lord.
But what I think is going to replace it though is more educational content. Mm-hmm. People are zealous to learn new information. They're zealous to understand a bit more about the world and are turning a little less to search engines and more to social media to get that info. So those of you who are teachers, definitely get out there.
I have a friend, I won't call her name, but it is very interesting that like when we want to look for information, I go to Google and she goes to TikTok. And I'm like, really? Like, that's so interesting. But that's good. That's really good. Yeah. So AI big conversation. I don't even think I put it on the question. Sorry.
It's okay.
What are some? We'll start with the positive. What are some AI tools that we could use to help us in our content creation? Like, what are the positives of AI when it comes to content creation?
I think content creation is great for copywriting. If you're someone who struggles with writing captions, using ChatGPT, using Gemini, using Copilot Chat as a space to wordsmith, like how you want to set your captions up on social media, is great. It will also take into consideration the rules out there. I know, like, there's a new 5 hashtag rule on social, so that's what I use it for the most part. Aside from that, strategy. There are times where I'm sort of stuck in my head about how best to execute a particular like video or topic. I'll like ask chat, like, what's the best way, to go about this, and it'll lay out the video in more of a script format so that then I can execute.
So what are some downsides of AI? Things that we should be on the lookout for.
I think the biggest thing is hallucinations. And hallucinations are in instances where AI will recite back to you a fact that is not true. So you can ask ChatGPT what 2 + 2 is, and it'll tell you 5, rather than what we know it to be, which is 4. You have to be very mindful when you're using chat for research purposes and to look up things like mathematical solutions, because the responses that it gives you are based upon what it pulls from the web. It doesn't have the ability to decipher and discern like what the right answer is. It's going to give you what may seem to be the most popular.
And we know that not everybody is bright that puts stuff on the internet.
So trust but verify.
Yes. Thank you. Clap it up for Chelsea.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
So I'm going to open up the floor. If you guys have any questions, because it's not all about me, my questions. What questions do you all have? And you can just shout them out, and I will restate them, and she will answer them. Any content creation questions, social media, marketing?
Anybody?
Oh, yes.
There's a hand.
For small content creators, what are a couple tips that you would say to, like, with the new push, to take advantage of that opportunity?
I think the first thing is scheduling. So I know those who are like small-time content creators, and that's not something you do full-time, don't necessarily have the time to be posting or on social every day, all day long. Utilizing the tools like the scheduling feature to be able to plan out your content and batch film, I think it's going to be really pivotal to ensuring that you're showing up consistently on the feed, even if you're not physically at your phone or your platform.
Do you have advice for any beginners?
Advice for beginners. I think the biggest thing is that comparison is the thief of joy. So be sure to, as you're posting, show up as your authentic self. Don't look to the left or to the right of you. Look up to God for guidance as you're moving forward and building your platform, and allow Him to speak through you.
Janae?
Hi.
What's your advice for someone who maybe doesn't have one niche? You have multiple different areas that you're well versed in, and you want to share maybe pieces of all of them.
I think it's actually really important to have multifaceted creatives out there. I'm in a similar space where my personal platform is more focused on Christian content and Bible teaching, but my small business platform is focused on content creation and helping people through challenges with marketing. And what I did was I picked one of the items that I really liked, and I mastered how to create content around that first. As I mastered that, I got more comfortable in the craft of creating on the fly and of doing things in a regular rhythm. And then from there, moved on to the next particular like topic that I was interested in, or I found myself being good at. So it's not necessarily you pick one and you stick to it, but you pick one and you master it and then move to the next. And eventually you'll be a master of multiple and be able to kill it.
Like Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yeah.
Next step.
I think that depends on your audience and their engagement rates. when you're looking on social, usually Instagram will give you insights and tell you what the best time of day to post is for you, and it's usually like 3 or 4 different like time ranges. So I think it really depends on your audience and like your particular audience's schedule of viewership. When you're on Instagram or really even on TikTok, you'll be able to see a series of time ranges in your insights about when best to post for you. That's when your audience is most likely to be on and scrolling and then view your content.
So for the insights, though, is it still true that you have to be a business or creator account on Instagram, or can a regular non-creator or business account have insights?
You do have to have a professional account to see insights. So either a creator or a professional account. I don't think traditional base accounts can see that.
And the creator and professional accounts have more access to more music and more tools. The regular accounts have terrible music options.
Yeah.
Elder Wilson.
Right, come on. How you? Oh, they got Mike now. Hey, so I make a lot of long form content. What's the best way to share links or direct people to my long form content via my short form?
I think it's the concept of how you treat the elephant in the room. It's one bite at a time. So your long form content is probably going to live on like YouTube or something along those lines. You want to take sound bites or like really engagement driven pieces of those and post those as reels, pointing people back. And always use the link sticker when you're posting in stories. That way folks, even though they're engaging with the reel on Instagram or the video on TikTok, they'll still be able to get to the longer form video if they're interested.
And what are what classifies as long form versus short form, just so everyone is clear?
So long form usually is within the 1.5 to 2 minute time frame. If you're over that, that's what most social media consider long form videos.
Say that short form is the short one. You said long.
Sorry. So short form is that 1.5 to 2 minutes, and then long form is anything over that.
You said it's not long enough? My mom said that's not long enough.
It's not long enough. Yeah.
Anybody else?
This was good.
I do have a question if they don't. Okay, Go ahead, Ashley. While you're giving it to Ashley, are there any myths of social media that you could debunk?
I have to think through it.
While you're thinking, my dad wanted to clarify it's 3.1. We're 3.1 through the month. Sorry.
Oh, okay. that threw me for a complete loop.
I actually turned my
myths.
thing on Do Not Disturb. Go ahead.
I think the biggest one is that like follower count determines like the level of like accessibility you have audience wise. There are folks with like really small audiences that have really crazy viral videos. You don't have to have like 10+K followers to get access to the tools or to the audience that folks in a sense have at that level. It's just a matter of what catches on, and from there is able to be engaged and shareable. Most platforms push when there's high engagement. So if there's a lot of people commenting, a lot of people viewing, a lot of people sharing, a lot of people reposting, then the likelihood that your video is seen is greater.
Cool. Go ahead, Ashley.
Okay. What are your top editing tools you use for your platform? Like maybe the top 3.
Okay. Top 3. Number 1, because I post on Instagram a lot, is edits. Instagram has their own like video editing app, and it has so many of the features that you would see in, say, like a CapCut or some more robust editing software, but it's curated specifically for Instagram. So you don't have to worry about, my video is going to post upside down, or the audio is going to get pulled off of it, or my captions aren't going to fit the right way. It's set up so that it can be easily transposed into the platform. Number 2, I use InShot. It's a free mobile app editor. It's very, very similar to CapCut, but there's a lot less behind the paywall. So you have a lot of the features that you would see with a CapCut, but you don't necessarily have to pay for them, and you can, use it for not just short form, but also long form video. I've edited some things for YouTube with InShot.
Okay, and an extension to that question, would those tools be best used for all the platforms?
Edits, I think, would be more focused on Instagram and or Facebook. You can, of course, download videos to then be reused on TikTok and things along those lines, but there's always the caveat that it may not render the right way when you post. InShot is versatile for any platform.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We have time for one more question.
So as a consumer of content, what is the best way to engage with a creator? Is it just a like? Is it a comment, like a full conversation?
I always recommend that you converse. So liking is great, sharing is awesome, but the algorithm tends to boost content that has like regular engagement on it. So if you're gonna comment, don't just comment a fire emoji. Actually comment something that stirs conversation, and whether it be conversation with the person that posted it, or you're tagging a friend so that you guys can talk about what you're seeing. A lot of times people will send something to someone via DM and have a conversation about it in their DMs. That doesn't boost the engagement for the creator. If you have that conversation in their comments, you're now not only like having that dialogue and being able to share a moment, but also giving some love to that creator.
Clap it up for Chelsea.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much.
Of course.